As Dave hooks the log tongs of the massive curling river pine, you can hear the tongs digging into the old timber and the whining of the Aquanaut's 20,000-pound center winch, pulling the massive centuries-old pine from its watery grave. As the log is lifted from the depths, you can see the piles of sand start to fall away, as the winches put up a fight against the suction of the river's bottom. River logs must have axe-cut or cross-cut ends. It is illegal to harvest just any trees from the bottom. As the behemoth makes its way to the surface, you can see the diver's bubbles billowing to the surface above. Finally, we see the Kraken himself riding his prized river log to the surface. Then, the outline of the giant pine takes form. As the crew hooks the log to the boat, the divers are back on the way to the depths again, hooking up their next piece of river gold. The diver taps the line so the boat crew knows to start the winches and start the battle with their next giant.
You see the log down there?
Yeah, it's right there.
Alright. You ain't gonna close to that.
The log is so big and deeply buried that the front of the boat, chainsaw, and reverse polarity switches go under.
Get back on the other side of the boat.
Grab the chainsaw out of the water, please.
River Guide and Clint sate the chainsaw and winch switch from the water. But the boat is still sinking.
You, in any way, shake that log. All you gotta do is be able to shake it a little bit, and what it'll do is every time you vibrate it, it'll walk itself up. If you can shake it at all.
If I get my gear on, is there anything that I would do to...
Just shaking the log. All you got to do now is just literally sit there and shake it, and it'll walk itself out.
So there's nothing.
But that's the only way. It's gonna have to.
We need to call Shelby, get the old log dog out here.
what I'm saying. If I ever get it to where I can put my feet on it and I can go with it. Watch, see it? Every time you shake it, watch.
The centuries-old pines have been underwater for so long. The currents within the past 100 years have buried the logs deep in the sand and silt. The winches have to struggle to get the giant to break from the river bottom. Finally, after a long fight, the massive reclaimed pine breaks free from the ground. And the crew has another $2,000 in their pocket. The log is pulled up, choked, and ready to continue its journey to the sawmill after a century underwater.
Yeah, the log's coming up.
It's going to be 40 foot out the end of the boat. We ain't going to be able to drive. We need to hook that winch right there and that winch to the other end.
Yep, he's hooked. Make sure that motherfucker don't swing around and hit me in the nuts.
Did it break? Did the whole end of the log break or is it cut?
No, it's cut. It's a bit burnt though.
It was pulling against another. Yeah. When you have iron corrode away on the logs, a lot of people will mistake the discoloration of the log for burn marks. And then you'll always get the question, well, how's a log that old burnt and been underwater for 100 years? And it's not actual burnt. It's the corrosion of the metal where the chains, some of the turn of the 19th century, instead of pegging, they would take chain or D-links and link the logs together, and the actual chain corroding away on the log will leave the burnt looking discoloration on the log.
Before we begin our journey home, we have to choke or hook the logs on the side of the boat. The boat will hold 2 or 3 logs on each side, depending on the size of each log.
The reason we're so good at logging is because we work hard and it's sheer goddamn talent. Hell, let's logging stuff. It's so easy a caveman can do it. What the hell, man?
I got S&S wood.
That's a Swilly log. Swilly be proud of that one.
Hey, I could buy Coca-Cola.
That's 42 board foot right there.
How much is that worth, Clint?
Shit, that's $10,000 S&S log. Just ask them, they tell you that. In which case, we're millionaires with these 4, and we ain't even got the other
10,000's a low estimate.
Yeah, we ain't even got the other fucking 40 pulled out of the hole yet.
Clint, what would you do with
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all may think our vessel is state of the art and swims through the water
Obviously,
like
by
there's
the
no
look
problem.
of it, it looks like it's state of the art.
I mean, you
But
may
looks-
think it's professional,
looks can be deceiving.
but it's got its days when you got to rig some shit together now. Boy, you get to holding them wires together, get them winches up. It's a little bit warm. It's a little bit rough.
Give me a shot.
Every once in a while, you got to rig a reverse polarity
It
switch,
tingles
son.
every now and again, but you get over it.
Eventually you start to get used to it.
See,
Let me tell y'all something. Clint come up with this God-given gift to having to short your wires together. It's called reverse polarity. And thank goodness for it, because he was getting a little bit old.
Whenever I first met Clint, I thought he was some backwoods, one of them river people. Kind of like me, I guess. But one of them real river people, not just one of them just fake ones, I guess, like me. But we get on the boat, and one of these winch blows up, and we're thinking, shit, day's done. We don't have a winch. And Clint makes up some term called reverse polarity. And I'm thinking, what the hell is he talking about? And Mike here knows a little bit about electricity. I'll let him explain it for you, because I think it's just some bullshit that Clint made up and put two words together.
When Clint whipped that reverse polarity out, ooh, buddy, it was like this golden gift.
I think you got hard on a little bit.
It was beautiful. He rigged that switch up with a pocket knife in his teeth, baby. It was pure and clean and crisp.